And then I have a major. So I was music so much classically. So it was great, but it was an international film. Do you feel the?
Feel free to come say hi to me too. Thanks for coming.
C'est tes derniers instants avec elle. La dernière fois que tu vois son sourire.
Soyez généreux et authentique.
Being a composer basically is just loving music and trying to create music in any way that you can. And I'm not a classically trained composer. I had to learn a lot of things by myself, and I was lucky enough to learn to be a composer just doing stuff and in the context of just writing for films. So I think basically when you're a composer, you just can't live if you don't produce, invent music. It's like a daily obsession.
בנסיין בבית?
מה אתה מדבר?
על אשתך, דוקטור. על הפשע שביצעה אתמול אחר הצהריים.
I'm around for quite a long time actually. I started to do really film stuff in like 1997, were my first beautiful project. And I was lucky enough to meet some very talented and now extremely famous directors like François Ozon, like Patrice Chéreau, who was quite a legend in France in theater and also as a film director. I've started doing electronical music in my scores, and progressively I decided to do some orchestral music. So that I'm always trying to learn and to reach another point. So I feel like a young composer actually, even though I started. I will not give you my age, and even though I started quite some time ago.
You recognize this guy?
Yes.
Stay away from him. You have been given a second chance.
I need you to put those bitches in their places like you did that deputy.
Stay away.
I've been very lucky to be involved on both TV projects and film projects from the very beginning. So I was never kind of stuck in any kind of projects. And TV, especially when the TV shows have started to become better and better. In France, there's really be a big acceleration, and the level is really high now, and the storytelling is really good. It's for me a great playground, because I can, when I write a theme, I can just anticipate the way I will reuse the theme on another episode and just develop a long score. So it starts like doing a feature actually on the first episode, and then I have this big pleasure to just reuse some of the tracks, change them, do variations, and I think that's the big thing in TV shows is this. The score starts like a normal short score or just feature score, and you can expand it, and it's quite unlimited, especially if the shows goes on for many seasons.
J'ai une femme blessée par balle, en urgence absolue.
Vous mettez en danger la vie de vos hommes, Collet. Ça, c'est ce qu'il y a de pire pour un officier.
J'ai au moins 8 morts, de nombreux enfants à l'école. On va être débordés.
Yeah, Soldiers is a very specific project for me because I've done it with a team I know for a very long time, because I was doing another very famous TV show in France called Un Village Français that went on for like 7 seasons. And also the good thing in Soldiers is that Jean-Philippe Amar, the director, directed all the episodes. So it was really like working on a very long film with a team I'm very close with. And it was very, we knew each other quite well, so it made me feel quite free to experiment things. And the first idea with Soldier was to make an electronic score in order not to go to this the edge of doing something ethnic, because I think this is not my place to do that. And also I think the point of view of the score in the TV show had to be more general and had to work in any country in a way, because those soldiers, they will be on the second season, they will go to another country, so it's more like diving into this environment and this very small group of very young people, and finding a sound that suits them, that fits with what they are, their youth also. So that's the reason why electronic music was a good starting point that they asked me to work on. And that after that, when we wanted to re-inject or to just feel closer to Africa, like I said, I asked two great African musicians to put really their touch on it. A great singer, Dabi Touré, and a great kora player, Abdoulaye Kouyaté. And then I got this African touch without doing, of course, like so-called or fake African music. So it's all again about hybrid and harmonizing influences.
Armée française, regarde. Calme-toi, vous pouvez sortir.
On est venu ici pour obéir aux ordres, d'accord? Les ordres.
It's hard not to mention John Williams when you talk, especially as the composer that moved you so deeply as a kid when you discovered the pleasure of going to the movies. I'm still a big fan of Thomas Newman among the American composers. In the new generation, there are people I really like Émile Mosseri. For me, is an amazing young composer who did the music for Minari, which is a beautiful movie, by the way. And I really like this new wave of composers who I think come from the Indian musical environment, a little less classically trained, but crazy talented.
Mais sur les conséquences de tes actes, Ravalé, quand on fait feu, on engage la France. Si tu tires, c'est le tribunal.